Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Okay, so in this video I'm going to talk about port of entry, the immigration rules, how the immigration works while you're coming from India or from any other country and getting into the US. I've gone through that process thrice. The first time in 2017, the second time in 2018 and the third time in March of 2019. First of all, let's talk about while you're flying out from India, what would happen. You would go to a check-in counter, get your luggage checked in, get the ticket. They're gonna still check your passport and the visa, that you have a valid visa to the country you're flying for, and then the immigration will happen. At the immigration, they're just gonna ask you which university you're going to, what is the purpose of you going to the United States. Usually they don't really care, because if you have a US visa, the United States have already done the work and they have taken the proper security measures that they do not have to worry about you anymore. But they would put a stamp on your passport of departed from India, and then while you're coming to the US, as soon as the flight is in the US air, they would give you a custom form in which there are like a couple of entries you'll have to enter, and it's basically for custom, it's not for immigration. I'm sure it will be overwhelming for you when you will get off the airplane and see so many people in the line of immigration. I have gone through the immigration process within 30 minutes at time. One time I've gone through that immigration process like even lesser than 30 minutes one time in Chicago, which has a lot of air traffic, but one time it took me 2 hours to get through the immigration. I'll tell you what exactly the immigration authorities need at the port of entry. If you do not know what I-20 is, I'm sure like people who are flying right now would know, but people who are still in the process of GRE wouldn't know that. But I-20 is this document which entails everything, every detail of what program you're going to study, how much you're going to pay to the university, how much it costs to study, your DSO, that is the designated school official, and all of these information. There is a blank in which you have to sign on I-20. I would recommend you to sign beforehand. Usually what happens, I-20 comes to us, it gets shipped, and we don't even read it, and we read it sometimes but we miss that signature thing. So just sign, and you don't need to have your parents' signature until and unless you are 18 years and younger. Now you go to the immigration counter, you have your passport and I-20 in your hand. That's all you need, I'm telling you. If they need any kind of supporting documents from you, they would let you know. But at the first moment, just give them your passport and your I-20. That's all the documents they need to get attain all the information they need to. Once you give them the document, they're gonna ask you maybe 3 or 4 questions. These questions are not really for what you call that they're gonna decide if you're getting a visa or not, because you already have a visa, but it's just a mandatory procedure that they have to do. They have to just ask questions, you know. They have to ask like, hey, which university you're going to, where are you going to stay. If you're going to stay with your parents for a while, just let them still know your accommodation address. So in the customs form, I always write my accommodation address, even though I'm moving in like 2 weeks after the entry in the US, just because that's where I'm gonna live for most of the time in the United States for that year, or at least for a long time. Similarly, if your parents are coming with you, I would recommend that since your parents are on a different visa and you are on a different visa, ask your parents to do the immigration separately and you do your immigration separately, because you're on a F1 visa. They're very much lenient for F1 visas, just because, well, you're students, you're paying the universities a lot and you have already cleared the visa interviews. If they ask any kind of supporting documents, that is financial document, or where you're gonna stay, show me the lease, or you know, hotel booking, if they ask, just get all those documents and keep it in your carry-on. I do that still, that hey, here's my lease, or any kind of supporting documents which they would ask for, I would keep it with me rather than keeping it in the check-in luggage. Moreover, the last time, I think, was it in March? Anyways, I don't even remember. So one of those 2 times I'm not sure if it was last year or this year. I think it was last year. While I was coming from India to the US, I was stopped at the immigration and I was asked to wait for almost 1.5 hours. Okay, a quick update what happened today. I'm at the Chicago airport right now. I just got free with the immigration. Immigration took me 40-50 minutes today because they were apparently checking the statuses of all the students as well as some random people. Like there was a pilot there, there was a couple of old people there, there were people from who were flying from Amsterdam, maybe something. So they were doing this for all of this F1 students. I don't know if it was some kind of immigration fraud going on at that time, but as soon as they knew that that you are a F1 student, they would ask you to stand in a queue and they would take you to a separate office in which you would see a lot of students, you would see a lot of other people, and they were just asked to sit down. In the meantime, they're checking the immigration status. Now the theory here is they are checking if the student's visa is valid or not, or how long student's visa is valid. For example, let's say I'm gonna be on my OPT right now, okay, and I go to the immigration and tell them, hey, I want to enter the country. What if my OPT is not approved? Then I'll have to go back, but they do not want me to overstay in the country. That could be one of the reasons. Second reason is, like, a lot of Chinese students sometimes struggle to find a job. So they go back to the country or they go back to China and they come back and then they can stay for a long time. Sometimes people try to stay illegally as well. That is also the case. So that was just a precautionary measure they took. So do not worry about it, that even if they're stopping you for 1.5 hours to 2 hours, it's fine. They will give you a passport back or I-20 back. You are not doing anything wrong. If they ask you any kind of questions, obviously just answer, being as honest as you can. And yeah, welcome to the US. They would say welcome to the US, and they would just hand you your passport and your I-20 and you're done. In one of the airlines, I'm not sure if it is Etihad Qatar or the airline through Abu Dhabi, that they do immigration at either Abu Dhabi, Doha, I'm not sure about these two cities. So they do immigration there, and that's also fine. That's actually good because you don't have to wait in line at the US airport, which can be a long line. That is it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope this was useful. Let me know if you have any questions of port of entry, about the immigration procedure, about the custom declarations form. I'll be able to help you. Just comment down below and make sure you like this video and share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.